You go on ahead. I'll just wait out here.
Yeah, me too. You have fun, Captain.
On this gunship, and I'd like to let the record show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead. I told him again and again that without fixing our regulations, they're going to blow through our coils and we'll go flying off in a completely random direction. Well, here we are, thinking we'll hit soil in about 30 seconds. This is your chief engineer signing off for what is probably the last time. It's a shame you can't see this middle finger I'm holding up, because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
You know, Nyoka, between you and me, we know all there is to know about Monarch.
If the Iconoclasts... I don't suppose you've found the targeting module yet. I've sent patrols, but... They're all mad! And what's more, they left us! I don't see any way for us to work together. Not this again.
Remember what we practiced, sir.
Yes. The words in those reviews were very hurtful, but they do not define me. I am a mantipillar, and my will is my cocoon. I can emerge and become whatever I wish. You too?
He has a point, sir. And it's not all bad.
Supposing you're right, who exactly would you have me work with? The Iconoclasts are not the most compromising sorts. That's an interesting suggestion. I confess I don't know much about her except that she worked for Rizzo.
There ain't a body on this planet that can keep a group patched up like she has. I don't know how she does it.
I'd be willing to consider it, but I need to see her review first. Very well. I can't promise anything, but let's see what we have here. Well, it seems like she's actually very qualified.
If it weren't for her, I'd wager the Iconoclast would have died off a while ago.
I wasn't expecting to say this, but if you can put her in charge and convince her to agree to a meeting, I'd be willing to discuss terms. Any luck bringing the... I don't like the idea... Ooh, that's fair. Excellent! I'll get to it. I don't suppose you've...
I ought to mention, the Iconoclasts are loyal folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
Too bad. Had I a reliable third party I could trust to set up a meet, maybe I'd consider it. With all the help you've done here, at first I thought it could have been you. But I can't trust you to think logically. Your priorities are skewed a bit too much, so no. Hey.
The gun. At last.
Those MSI stiffs.
And you. No. Time.
Any luck? I don't... Well... Because once we mount them on Stellar Bay's walls, no Marauder or Raptidon will ever...
Gotta hand it to you.
It's Stellar Bay will be...
The point is, this weapon... Don't worry. We'll send an engineer...
Of course, they'll be useless without that targeting module. Well, aren't you unpredictable? It lends you a certain air of... squat.
I wouldn't get It looks like the Iconoclasts follow...
I'm afraid we've got to fight. Looks like this... Ooh, I just got to go. Maybe you could, teach me.
Sir?
Right. I'll lock the south gate to keep them out.
This way! We need to push through and take that bridge!
Good old Stellar Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. On account of it stinking like fish instead.
We gotta go exploring. I want to see some savages.
job right. Take him down!
Time to select the final bout.
Got a new one! That's how we fucking
Here they come! That has hurt. That's what you get! Must have been nice. Throwing off the shackles of your old job. Taking up the rugged life of a hunter.
Sure, it's... Wait, what?
So tell me, what do you eat when you're out exploring? It's trail rations, right?
No. That...
You're back! And in one piece.
We did indeed, sir.
Between our reinstatement on the board and the gain of this ship, we'll usher in a new age of prosperity for the people of Monarch.
That's a hefty promise. You've got Monarch's hopes up, Sanjar. Don't go messing this up like our last overlords did.
And perhaps in time, I can... You really mean... Celia? Put that down in today's minutes.
Already done, sir.
Anyhow, thank... What can I do? Quite well, actually. It's astounding. Our resident, and since we're back in the board's good graces, we've got...
You...
Sebastian, you ever get your hand...
I must have hunted a dozen.
Manipillars ain't got...
At least I'm getting a good... You're in good hands. Traveling with Monarch's top merc.
Crew report. Miyuka is drunk. Surprise. We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining... Typical elitist. Hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals... So, good news. You're going to Byzantium. Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the dock. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need... Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium.
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing again. We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Can we talk? Since we're in Byzantium, there's some... I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shock. Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit, given the dangerous life I lead. Which brings us to... See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born... Yeah. Reconnect is... And, I was thinking you'd come too. Great. And when... If you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stain... You're... Anything else? I sure hope you negotiated for a raise. Everybody's got an angle. I knew a doctor like him once. He had a patient, wasn't he? Point is, good intentions don't count for shit. And nothing's more Besides, none of this is your mess. Guess I hadn't looked at it that way. The board's put a bounty on his head, and I've got no love for the corporations, but they know how to take... Everyone is. The board just... I know you want to save the day, but don't forget to look after your... Hey, don't get any ideas. Anything. It's like one of those stuffy art gallery pieces. Looks okay from far off, but once you get close, even... The real question... There's all these... That's what I said. I'll take stale cigars and rationed showers, and... I was a top-tier surgeon, but I could hardly open a pack of gauze without 10 people signing off for... Now you see why I left. People call Byzantium the jewel of Halcyon, but real... Everything's polish and bureaucracy. Take a close look and you'll see it's deader... That...
Do you mind? Shh. The Phoenix is a wanted man and the board has eyes every... Yeah, that's my codename for... Oh. I'm Golden Eagle. Yeah. I named you Cuckoo. It makes sense if you think about it, because I didn't know who you were, and old Earth cuckoos would routinely trick other birds into feeding them. That doesn't even make... Fine. Fine.
Does this mean I'm supposed to have one too? Fine, but make it a really good one.
Let's go with... Rufus Hummingbird.
Forget it. Codenames are for amateurs anyway.
Too late. I've already marked it off. Can't just go reassigning codenames. Anyway, you're looking to make contact with Minister... I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of... Afraid not. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&Es. Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of...
That place is still open?
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance. Just remember, I've always been fascinated by birds. Have you ever researched? The other thing about birds, though, is their environment. Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around. For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium.
Trust me, anyone with a lick of sense gets out of here as soon as possible.
But most people don't. In fact, doesn't that seem... And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop... Sure, that part is. That's why they install shredders in those boxes, after all. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it. And since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got. At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't... The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion. After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here. Good hunting.
So what if all those MSI suits made it on Monarch this whole time? I could do it. Easy.
Entering quiet mode.
Nice going.
Can't something exciting happen around here for once?
Nothing wrong with stability. It means everything's running like clockwork.
Don't you ever want a little fun? Maybe see a marauder ship get blown to bits
Anti-Creo's energizing ointment. Enjoy 6 cups worth of concentrated Anti-Creo's high fat. All of the benefits of smoking a real pipe.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Want to be famous? Kid, you got presents. Tell you what, you're gonna like it a whole lot more. Listen, a mad scientist? Here's some free advice. If you want to make it in this... Listen, you got a real... I'm making a feature, Space Pirates of Moros Prime.
Not so fast.
Let's just see where this... So what do you say? Terrific. We're holding audition...
It's so polished, it shines.
I once treated a lady who got her hand caught in the gears. Idiot was more worried about her rings than her fingers.
Looking for weapons? You've come to the... Why, to...
50-bit says he's got a hard on right now.
Marauders, dissidents, especially large... Only because we make it so. It is only the fear of the well-armed business... And you're...
Move along. What do you... Keep your hands to yourself.
Spacer's Choice Adrenal.
can't come down anymore, my good man. I'd have to request a counter waiver, and you know how dreadful the paperwork is. Don't I ever, my dear fellow. Why,
I'm on my legally allotted break. Oh. I work in the lab at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Maybe I let them out more often than regulations allow. And so what if I occasionally forgot to latch? They escaped, and before I could coax them, even if I did dare go down there, they're among all the common sewers. Really? In that case, take this They have intelligent eyes, an agreeable yet reserved demeanor. Please, do take care, and do mime the exterminator mechanicals. If the
Out with it, you wretched contraption! Does nothing in this city work
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and
Area analysis.
There's my parents' place. Smell that? Industrial-grade cleaning solvent in desperation.
It's lemony fresh. Area assessment. Spick and span.
That's top-of-the-line equipment. Better than...
That's far enough.
If anyone ever tries to...
Hagen. To keep me quiet. I always assumed they would put a bullet in my head. This is utter nonsense. What happened to the team? Tell me. I'll tell you everything, just don't hurt them.
That's a rare dose of...
What are you doing, Doctor?
You can write me up in your report. It hardly... I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. It seems I have you to thank for my current house guests. Our produce might get us through the day, but we're getting weaker as a species. The food we grow here barely sustains human life. The colony won't last under these conditions. I believed that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Not for lack of trying. There are other teams. We didn't want to experiment on human test subjects, so we used the only... You came to kill me. I assume that's still on the table. If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. The one on the wanted posters? I'll...
Doctor!
Which... What kind of scientist would I be? I need to get out of here. Phineas can contact me when he's ready to work together. For now,
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned is... Give me one reason...
Invasive contaminant detected.
Got you, Mother!
Tool for the job. Is an organic in rest mode. Sam cleans it up. And maintenance job fulfilled.
What do you think you're doing? Ah, sorry for the misunderstanding.
Muting volume now.
Carry on.